your back, a brother in the fight, keeping you on track. Charity and healing, one step at a time. Big Grizz is here for you. Hear that mountain climb? It's the Big Grizz Show, where the strong find grace, lifting up the ones who fought the hardest race. With a laugh, a crowd, and a mission so true, Big Grizz is here for you. Through the battlefields of life, he's got your back, a brother in the fight, keeping you on track. Charity and healing, one step at a time. Big Grizz leads the charge, hear that mountain climb. It's the Big Grizz Show, where the warriors meet, finding hope and honor, taking back their seat. The Big Grizz Show, tune in and stay a while, healing hearts with that rugged country style. Oh, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Big Grizz Show. I'm glad to see you guys all here. It's Red Friday. If you guys got your red shirts on, wear them. I had to take a week off. We had, well, let's just get real. My father passed away on February 15th. Kind of been distracted with that. But hey, we're back. We're back with Josh Pruitt as the co-host, and our guest interview of the week is Rasha, or the TuTu Queen that you guys know from all the pictures and stuff because of the J6ers. She was kind of very popular because of her selfie she took. So you guys, we're going to bring them up there, and thank you for watching, and thank you for everybody that's already watching. Wow, in the comments, and even for all you haters that don't like my voice, it's great to see you. So let's bring them up. Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's up, brother?
What's
What's up, Rob?
Hey, Josh.
So, obviously, you guys know Josh. He's been my co-host. He's going to continue to be my co-host through this until we get him ready on his shows, which is going to be a great, amazing thing once we get that up and going. Rasha, let's start with your background, just so everybody can understand where you came from and where you are right now, and then we'll jump into January 6th.
Hello, I'm Rasha, the TuTu Lady. I came to this country more than like 25 years ago. I came from Middle East, in a country that has civil war. I came to this country for my freedom, for my daughter's freedom. And I've been a law-abiding citizen, proud American from day one that my fault entered this country. I have zero criminal record. I have no offense, even a traffic violation. I'm a single mom, 3 kids. I love this country. I respect the flag, and I want my freedom. That's 3 things. It's normal. I love the country. I love the flag, and I love my freedom.
That's awesome. I'm super stoked. You said the Middle East. I know where you're from. Can you let people know where you came from and what was your driving force to come to America?
Well, my family first, they left Lebanon to Jordan because there was a civil war. So my family told me a lot about what civil war could do. So I came from Middle East. That's the corrupt. If you have money, you're powerful, and there's no freedom. You cannot even open your mouth about the king or the president or anything. If you say something about them, you will be gone, vanished. No one will find you. And as a woman, I came for my freedom because I entered this country via arranged marriage. My ex, the one that my family chose for me, was Arabic, born in this country, but it's like a Greek culture. Money goes to money, family goes to family. So I entered this country. I got pregnant with my daughter, and then I say, you know what? When I find out she's a girl, I did not want the destiny for her to be like my destiny. So I fought so hard to get divorced from the culture that they don't believe in something called divorce. They will kill you better than let you get divorced.
Hey,
I've been
Rasha, let me ask you a question because I don't really feel like doing the math. Who was president when you came?
I believe
Bush Senior.
Bush. He was Bush.
Bush?
Senior.
Okay, okay.
Bush. It was Bush.
Awesome. So I can't stop. The shirt, is that Gulf of America?
Hell yeah, it is the Gulf of America.
That's amazing. I love that. So you came from Jordan. You came to get out of the depression type of apartheid. I've been there. I've been to Jordan. I know and seen what women had to go through there.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is as big as I am, I'd be considered almost like royalty in the Middle East. I don't know if Josh or any of you guys knew that, but one thing they told us when we invaded Iraq is the fat guys were the wealthy guys, and those were the ones to worry about.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And it was extremely weird seeing all that, but I definitely seen how women were treated, and that was one of my biggest driving forces to want to continue to help, is just to see how you guys were treated over there versus how we were treated at home. It was just
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
wrong.
And I
So,
proved my loyalty to this country. I was not yet American citizen. I had a green card. The FBI knocked on my door, asking me for help to translate after September 11. Since I am a fluently Arabic speaker, I could read, speak, and write Arabic. So then they call me terrorist. So they knocked the door the first time on me, begging me for help, and I'd never say no. I would love to help this country. But the same FBI that they knocked the door, they're the same people that call me terrorist in 2021.
well, it's like what Hegseth said. You know, he said that he served the country, and then 20 years later gets told that
Yep.
he's the enemy. So
of course. I mean, watching the news stuff. So I hate to get political because that's not my spectrum of this. I try to stay away from it. But I was watching Fox last night, and they were going through the different press conferences that were going on, and wonderful Hakeem Jeffries was up there talking. And I was like, he's saying, oh, we need to get the money back, this and that. He basically, their complete outlook swapped when Trump won the election. So now they're saying all the stuff that, to me, Republicans, what we went through for 4 years, that's the exact same thing they're trying to do right now.
right,
And
of course.
it's like, if you guys believe it now, why the hell didn't you believe it 4 years ago when you elected the damn president that didn't do shit for us?
Exactly.
It blows my mind. So anyway, okay, enough political talk. I don't do it. That's you guys tune into Politishock with Dan Schmiegelo and his wife. Well, or Dan Schmiegel. I know he's watching, so I'm just gonna start calling him Schmiegel. I can't say his last name.
Mine will be political.
See, and that's where I'll get into politics. I don't care. I do my research, so I don't speak untruth because I don't want to be that guy's like, oh, you're not, or like Harry, whatever his name is, Hair Bear on TikTok. That fucking guy, that kid.
Oh, that guy Henry that he get paid from the Democrat.
Oh yeah,
thousands of dollars. He get
paid
and thousands of dollars.
His family's like multimillionaires, so the kid don't even have to work. He just gets up there and runs his mouth. And
yep.
I don't want that persona to follow me when it comes to that, but I will say my opinion on stuff. So on that note, let's get back to what this is about.
Yeah.
Little rant wasn't supposed to happen. So you came from Jordan in what, like 2000 or 99?
2 months before September 11. 3 months before September 11.
Okay, so what, October 2000 then? Or
yes.
No, 2001 or summer 2001. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what I'm getting for is you wanted to protect your family, your soon-to-be family, and you wanted more rights. So now, on that note, did you go through the legal thing?
I did. Well, the second that I entered the country, I was legally entering the country because my ex, who was my husband at that time, he submitted the paper for me to get in as his wife. So yes, I followed the process. I did it the right way. I paid my due. Paid my taxes. Even though after I divorced him, I kept filing one form after the other, and every form costs money, but it's easy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if I could do it, and I'm a foreigner from a different country with a baby, anyone could do it. But people choose the easy way. I'm gonna stay here illegally, get the money, and get everything, and they
So
cry when you kick them out.
let me ask you this. So, because I don't know too many people that are in the same circumstance, how did it feel watching over the last year people just coming into the country not doing it the right way when you know you had to jump through hoops to do it?
Piss me off. You know why? Because they call Middle East the third world country, right?
Yep.
But do you know not even one person will step a foot in another country border without permission because he will not gonna make it walking two step into the other country. And
No.
that third world country, the protected border. There's
Yeah.
no one will enter illegally. So seeing them for 4 years coming in with it, like they own the country, got everything they want, like they own the country, that's a bullshit. I
I
call
mean,
it.
there's no other border in this world like ours has
No,
been in the last 4 years. It's just, I
nope.
mean, that's a fact.
That's
Well,
a
no.
I mean, we know the Democrat got them for vote. They want those illegal to vote for them. Why do you think they're bringing all those millions of people? And
Yeah.
they're not regular people. They are criminals. Like I get vetted when I enter. They run all my background and my family in Jordan. They're well-known family. They're not just a regular family in Jordan.
Yeah.
So they run the whole entire family to approve me to get in to this country. So the second I step into this country, I was legally allowed to enter this country.
So when you came in, obviously I know where your political side is right now. We've known that. Were you on the men's or when you came in, were Democrats trying to get you to vote for them, knowing you were coming over, or Republicans, or were you just coming over neutral and not knowing?
Look, I never been into politics. I never been into it at all. I don't even give it the time of my head of it. But what happened 2020 and the 3 years before 2020, it opened up a lot of people's eyes. What the hell is going to happen to this country? So that's what I believe. The most majority of Republican they grow in the first term of Donald J. Trump because they saw the amount of stuff the Democrat they did. Then we all witnessed 2020 Summer of Love. We all witnessed the lockdown, the unconstitutional lockdown. We all witnessed that you cannot leave, you cannot go to church, you cannot go to see your grandma, but you could go riots and burn the city. So that's when the people, that's what I call it, is the great awakening. People wake up. Like if we
Yeah.
don't do something, we're going to lose this country.
Well, that's a good point because I followed a certain entity, let's just say the 17th letter of the alphabet for a while. I was watching the different things, and that was coming out that there would be a great awakening.
Yep.
Right.
And you know, the funny thing, that's even biblically correct. When it comes to that, in the Bible, it says there will be a mass awakening and a multitude of people seeing what's going on. And then, you know, with Trump and QAnon and all of them talking that there was going to be the Great Awakening, and then there was going to be a depression, and then it was going to get fixed. And if you look back, this was all in like 2018, 2019 that I was seeing this. But if you look back to Trump's original 4 years, there's, like you said, a mass awakening that opened people's eyes. And then on his second term, it was stolen. And then all of a sudden he wins mass. I think it was a landslide. He won more than any other president had beat another president by. And now I think all the fun stuff's really going to start happening.
It is.
I mean, it's already started.
I'm QAnon. I went the rabbit hole.
I did too. I'm just super excited that it's all Gen X in his cabinet because, I mean, the funniest thing you see people on TikTok, where's Gen X? How'd you guys stay out of the generational hate war and this and that? And and we're like, you didn't want us. You didn't want us to be awake. And now, guess what? You were asking, now you guys are screwed.
Yep.
So, okay. On January 6, 2021, the start of your morning, can you describe the start of your morning and how that went?
Well, let's take it to why I decided to go to January 6th. So I voted in New Jersey. My vote, I mean, in New Jersey, there's no voter ID. You
Okay.
know, they did the lockdown. They create the virus to scare the people so they could steal the election.
Mm-hmm.
My vote was never counted. I kept checking it online. The vote never counted. And don't tell me on earth that Dementia Rhythm China boy won the election. That guy, he could not take 10 people in his rally. So I went to the two previous Stop the Steal. The one was in November and one was in December. Stop the Steal rally. And January, I say it's January 6th. It's the day. If I don't stand up, that's it. My kids, when they get older, they're gonna tell me, "What did you do in 2020 when the country was stolen?" I told them I went, practiced my First Amendment right to, hey, my vote was never counted. How did you say you count every vote? So I went I went January 5th to DC. There was an event in January 5th. Then January 6th at 5 o'clock in the morning, we woke up and we all got dressed, ready with our beautiful colors, red, white, and blue.
In the tutu.
With my tutu, and I'm rolling that speaker that's playing, "This land is your land, this land is my land." So we woke all of us to where Trump was supposed to be speaking. And we stand there, and Trump was late. I mean, if you know Trump, he's always late. But that day he was late for more than 1 hour.
How close did you get?
You know where's the people they were in the tree, sitting up on a tree?
Yeah.
I was right next to them. The
Okay.
people that they were sitting in a tree. I was right there.
Okay. Yeah. Could you hear it pretty well from there?
Yes, but there was sometimes we could not hear it. We keep saying they were playing with the sound. We keep saying we want to hear, we want to hear. Then they fix the sound.
Yeah.
But it was, and he flew over us, and then he came in and he started talking his beautiful words. He never once even tell us to create a riot. He always call us the peacefully protest.
Right.
And at the end, when he say we're gonna peacefully march to the Capitol, I mean it was an event. So the Trump campaign got a permit from the mayor of DC that there is an event is gonna come and we're gonna go to the Capitol. So those Democrats, they're lying that they did not know we were coming. We were more than 1 million people in there. There's people everywhere, like as far as your eyes could see. So Trump finished speaking. Again, he was late a whole hour. And that's the trick. Because the Capitol would reach when Trump was still speaking.
Yeah. We walked down early.
Yep. No, I walked up when he done. I listened to every word. Then we said we're gonna keep going marching. What weird about it, I did not see one police officer on the side. Not even one police officer. Not even
there were
any
none.
barricade. And I said, wow, they really trust the MAGA people. See, they don't need police to watch us, but we did not know what was the game going to be entering the Capitol. And yeah, I entered the Capitol 2:15 p.m. January 6th. There's no site of riot. I have the picture with the timestamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
We went up to the Capitol. There's like a podium in both sides. People were sitting down and we were singing. And then all of us, we chant, "We the people." It was a strong chant, waving flags and say, "We the people, we the people." Again, there's no sign of any riot of whatsoever.
Right.
3 o'clock, I go to one of the doors. Again, the door is open. Again, there's no police, no sign, no barricade. There's a door. The door is open, like this door, that frame, okay, behind me. And there's a police officer on my right side. And there's too many people, a lot of people. I gave my phone to somebody. I took the picture, turned around, and went back down. No sign of riot.
So how long would you say you were inside the building? Like
Well,
45
the FBI
seconds?
said, no, the FBI said I was only 55 seconds. That's
See,
it. 5 seconds.
that's weird. So you were saying that the rally, you guys were singing and all of that when you guys were watching. What was the atmosphere like? This is for both of you. What was the atmosphere like for you guys in that
Listen,
rally?
it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. We were different backgrounds, different culture, different religion, different colors. But we all were like, it was happy, dancing, singing. I mean, we knew that Democrats stole the election, but there was no anger inside us.
If
We kept like
anybody,
going.
if anybody's been to a Trump rally, like a good one, like a very peaceful, just it was that times 10. I mean, that was the atmosphere. It was just bigger, more patriotic. I mean, that's what it was. What it turned into is what it was a setup. I mean, they turned it into what it turned into.
Wow.
And there's one thing, the Capitol doors. Let's remind the people, the Capitol door is that thick and bigger. They only could open from the inside.
They weigh thousands of pounds.
Yes. They're heavy magnet lock doors. It only could be opened from the inside. There's a button, they press it, and they open it.
So you're saying somebody on the inside of the Capitol had to open those doors for you guys, or you couldn't have got in?
There's no way. No one could open those doors. And think of it. It's the whole government inside the Capitol. Think of it. The whole government. Only the president, Donald Trump, was not inside the Capitol. Everyone was inside the Capitol. And they let the door open.
Now, I know that you weren't in there very long, but when you did walk in where you did you see any Capitol Police in that vicinity?
Yeah, he was right next to me. The dude.
Okay. Did you talk to him at all, or?
Yes, I told him, I hope you remember the oath of the office that you took.
Okay.
And we were saying, like, even when the shit hit the fan, and excuse my French, when we started seeing smoke in the air.
The reason why I asked that is because when I was inside, I asked the Capitol Police officer if I was allowed to be there, and the response I was given was, yes, just don't break anything.
And that's a lot of J6ers, they say the same thing. A lot of J6ers. But you know something, what J6 will go down on earth is the day the government create a riot to cover the certification of the fraudulent election.
Yeah.
That's January 6th was what it was about.
Here's the thing is we know it was stolen. It is not illegal to go against a tyrannical government. In fact, our government's built on that. And that's what we were doing because we were going against a stolen election. So if anybody was in the right, it was us. And the people that should have been shackled up should have been them. And now hopefully that's exactly what's going to happen. We'll see.
The more I talk to more of you guys and how and you guys, every single one of you guys are different walks of life. You're at different areas in the whole thing, and it all seems the same. I mean, your guys' stories aren't like changing drastically from Josh to Daniel when he was on, to you, Rasha, to the other people I've talked to. The stories are the same. It's really weird, which leads me to this. So 2 weeks ago when me and Josh had Daniel on, we had asked him, or he had in one of his rants had said that they went down an alley and he said he's seen people kidding up, standing there with putting riot shields on and everything like that. Yes. Did you see anything like that?
Well, I did not, but we were getting messages. I mean, when we entered the Capitol, none of us have a signal. They killed the signal. None of us have signal. But before we entered the Capitol, on January 5th, we were getting pictures. Hey, just MAGA, be careful. There's videos of Antifa were switching, wearing the MAGA hat. There was blocks of rocks. You know, when they did in Summer of Love, like magically there's bricks wall, rocks on the side of the road. We started seeing them in DC. We started sharing them. Hey, be careful.
That did get brought up.
Yeah. Yeah, get the police involved. We did not know that the police was with them setting us up.
Yeah, we found a pallet of bricks, I think, a day or two before. And we reported it. Next thing you know, they disappeared. And this was only, if you remember where Harry's was, it was a block away from there towards the White House is where the bricks were.
Yep.
Yeah, you know exactly where it was. It was right on 15th Street. So again, people reported it. And next thing you know, the bricks are gone. The day before on the 4th, we saw a bus being police escorted into the city with people on the bus that were all dressed in black. I mean, you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but if I had to take a wild guess, I knew who that was. So, you know.
And when I was in the Capitol, there's a guy. Look, MAGA people, we don't wear masks. We don't cover our faces. We don't cover. We go the way we are with the hat. That's it. So there was a guy with a hoodie, and he's covering his mask. And
I seen the pictures.
Yeah, he was inciting violence. Like he was telling the people, do this and do that. And he was getting like, there was a guy's cameraman. He was saying like, what do you want to do? Nothing. We're here peacefully. And he was trying to fight with the reporter. Then I screamed. I said, "This is Antifa. We don't do that. We don't incite riot. We don't incite like something like that." And I grabbed the police. I told him, "Dude, this is a freaking Antifa. We don't cover our faces." So one of the Brad boys grabbed that guy from his hoodie and moved him. I don't know his name. I wish if I know who that was, the Brad boy. He grabbed that guy from his hoodie. Because we all say Antifa, we start calling that's Antifa, that's not a MAGA.
I had a similar instance happen where I had to grab somebody off of a Capitol police officer too, and like again, like now that I think back, probably same deal. You know, probably the same thing.
To now, I want to know who's that Brad boy that he saved me and he listened to me. He just snatched him. He told him, "We don't do this."
Wow, that's crazy. So. Do you remember or recall anything that hit home to you on that day before we move on to the next 14 days after that?
Yeah, because the government, that's when the government abused their own people. The thing that happened is when they started throwing rubber bullets, smoke in the air, gas in the air, they're starting hitting people. And that's when the riot happened. It was not a riot. Like, we burned this country for a criminal scumbag that he abused pregnant women and he died of OD. He died from an OD, not because of the cop killed him. And to see the police coming in, hitting the people with metal pat, and we were telling them, we're the people, we're the party that supports you. We do not want to defund you. Stop doing that. So imagine you seeing a woman or a man getting beat up. What are you going to do?
Help them.
Thank you. So majority of J6 that got arrested, they're the people were trying to save the people because it just happened like this. Shit hit the fan so fast that you don't know what was going on.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That's
no one knew.
And this is kind of got me. This was a new one, Josh. As much as we have talked, you've never said this or that I have heard that you were helping Capitol Police.
Yeah, when I was inside, I had an instance where we were basically squared off between the police and between patriots, or some of them that I might not have been patriots, and I somehow turned into the voice of reason and had to intercept somebody from swinging on a woman cop. And again, you know, now that I think back, they probably just weren't a patriot at all, because that's not really something we do. They were masked up, you know, so I mean, and like this Capitol police officer, believe it or not, was actually going to go on the stand for me, you know, but I never made it to trial because, you know, I was getting threatened with decades. So I never went that far, but like that cop is in my paperwork, you know, and
I would love.
That's actually somebody I would like to find and talk to.
I was just going to say, we might need to get with
the person that's helping me
and see if we can get a hold of that person.
The person that's helping me do my book right now, he's supposed to be getting my full transcript, which will have that information in it. Okay. And once I find out a name, we'll reach out.
Wow, that's wow. No, that would be a killer person to have on a show, especially. And you said this was a female officer?
Yeah.
That you helped, but yet you got thrown in prison for bullshit
Yeah.
charges for wow.
Not that it matters, but since everybody judges us and thinks such bad things,
it does matter.
it
though.
was not only a female, it was a non-white female. Not again irrelevant to us, but apparently relevant to other people.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, there's a video. There's a video of Capitol Police. I have that video. Say they set us up. They set us up. They set 45 up.
I saw that. I saw that.
They set up even the police, the Capitol Police.
I mean, now let me ask you this, because I mean, it seemed to me when I was there that maybe half of the Capitol Police officers knew what was going on, and then the other half were clueless. Like some of them were almost in on it, and then some of them had no idea what was happening.
Yes, it's exactly just like I feel bad for them. A lot of them, they did not know what the hell was going on. So actually, the Democrats, they did not just fail to protect we the people, even though the Capitol, it's our house. By the way, we do not need a permission to enter the Capitol.
Correct.
It's our house. It's the people's house. We pay for it. Those governments corrupt. They work for us. A lot of them, they did not know. The people that they would come in with the riots here, that's when I say shit hit the fan. But you could not move. I mean, there's a lot of people. We were shoulder to shoulder. You can't move. And people were trying to protect. And all I hear, they say a woman died. I thought it was the only person inside, but it was not Ashley Pape. It was Rosanna. That scumbag, the crying cop that I call him Nancy Pelosi hugger, beat the shit out of her outside.
Nancy Pelosi hugger, that's the name he come up with?
Yes, because he always hugged Nancy Pelosi. That fake cop. He beat that woman to death.
Wow. And was that
is that Fanone or whatever his name is?
It was Fanone. There's 3 other people died that day other than Ashley Pape. There's no one talk about them.
See, now I had heard that there was, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard the same thing I have, where there was a Capitol Police officer that after the fact had passed away to heart conditions. But
he had a stroke. He had a stroke from the gas, the aftermath of the gas that they use.
Okay, so everybody knows about Ashley Babbitt, the Air Force veteran that was shot and killed. Everybody knows about that. How much do you guys know about these other ones? Because I don't know if a lot of people know about that.
Only the J6er know about it. The media did not want to show it because it will show like, oh my God, you killed American citizen. Like the police, they abused the power. And a woman, there were 2 men and a woman. I know the woman name was Rosanna.
And she passed away?
She passed away. And they arrested the guy that he was trying to give her CPR on the Capitol. And he was trying just to move the police officers from her beating her up. That woman, she got beat up alive.
Wow. I haven't heard this.
There's a lot of news. The media will not talk about it, but the real people who it's we, the J6er. I know about it because I was with the J6er group for a long time.
Wow, that blows my mind. I think, it is sickening. It's extremely sickening. I definitely need to do more research into that. If you can get me a name or something, or if you
go on my
videos,
TikTok, I post a video of the 45 people that died that day.
Okay.
If that's their name and is it a legit name, they're coming from the J6er. Not just from anyone. It come up from the J6er.
Wow, and I don't know if you guys that are in there listening and watching, have any of you guys heard about this?
I don't think anyone heard about it.
No, that's what I'm asking. Please put in a comment, yes or no. Just put yes or no, and I'll know what it's for. So, Rasha, how many days after January 6th did you get that horrible pounding? Okay, January 19th. Can you walk us through that day? And if you had any idea this was going to happen?
I did not know nothing about it at all. I mean, the way I posted my selfie on Facebook, that's how I know I'm not doing something wrong. I faced my selfie, post my selfie, I made history. I stand up for the tyrant government, and I let my voice be heard, and I posted it on my Facebook. Okay, that's how they got me. So
So
if I know I'm doing something wrong, you think I'm gonna post it on Facebook?
so wait. Now you were posting on Facebook, and they figured out where you were at from the post.
Well, I post a picture, say I'm in the Capitol, and I show my tutu picture. That's how they took the tutu picture from my Facebook post.
Oh,
But
okay.
you probably posted it for the same reason that, I mean, you didn't do anything wrong and you knew that.
No, I just
So
lived it like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I made a history.
yeah,
I posted it.
I mean, the last thing anybody thought is that we were going to get indicted. You know, I mean, like,
Yes.
so for me, you know, I got picked up that night for curfew. Apparently, I just found out more recently they didn't even charge me that night. They showed me myself in the Capitol, and then apparently, like a week later, they indicted me. And I didn't know that. I thought they charged me when I was there, and they didn't.
Wow. Yeah,
No, I did not know. No one knows. Like the coming back from DC January 6th, it was brutal silence.
Yeah.
No one was talking. We were shocked. I mean, when you witness people get it beat up by the
Yeah.
so-called government, you know that they stole the election and that's it. There's nothing you could do. They stole it, they certify it, that's it. There's nothing we could do. Like if we want to get a riot, I mean, 80% of Trump supporters, not 100% of them, that are gun owners.
I
No
mean,
one even brought a gun to that.
I mean, to back up that theory, like I only live 2.5 miles away from the Capitol. I took a picture that morning in my apartment with an AR. You know where I didn't bring that AR? To the Capitol. You want to know why? Because that was never the plan. Our plan was to go up there and peacefully protest.
Peaceful protest.
So there was a plan to all that. That was that with the people that with Proud Boys that you guys are going to peacefully protest. Was it part of that?
I mean,
everyone was peacefully protesting.
Was it just a general? Everybody had an idea. It was just going to a peaceful protest.
I mean, I think that everybody just decided to peacefully protest, like Rasha and a bunch of those people. Like, but even like the groups like the Proud Boys, like me, we were on Telegram. It might have been a little bit more organized, but we all had the same goal. The same goal was just to go there and peacefully protest, and that was it.
Okay. I mean, if we wanted to really take the government back, I mean, who's better than the MAGA people to take the country back? But that was not in our head or in our mind.
Yeah, I mean, if we were gonna play the game, who's got more guns, we know who's gonna win that game. So I mean,
I don't have any.
just winter boots.
Watch the Kevins.
Just winter boots, right?
I had combat boots.
Yeah.
No, it was really cool. My father had in all of this had told my mom he wanted me to take a rifle, which my dad is not a shooter, was never nothing. Well, come to find out, he had like an 80-year-old lever action 30-30 Winchester that I was just like, oh wow, okay, cool. So
remember, there was two rallies, Stop the Steal, before January 6th.
So Patriot 84 just said, yeah, that she remembers hearing about it, but she said I was there. And then Lisa C82 said she had heard about Rosanna passing, but not in detail. So I think that's a lot of me personally, I didn't hear anything about it. So I think that's a lot of the.
I was going to say, honestly, the Roseanne thing was new to me. I didn't know that at all.
Okay, so I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
So
and I don't really have an excuse not to know like you do, but.
So back on to January 19th. I know you had told me that it was early in the morning or late at night or something that you had got a random knock on your door.
Yeah. What happened is January 19 at 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, you know the flash banging theory? Look at your phone. The flash and banging theory, like with the flashlight, 4 o'clock in the morning, open the door, a whole freaking SWAT team entered my home. More than 20 to 25 agents with that body armor wearing, forced entry to my home. I opened the door, that's it. They grab me, they handcuff me, then they start going around the house. I mean, the way they enter, they know exactly how the house look like from the inside in details.
Yeah.
They know exactly where's the room, where's the basement, who's the bedroom upstairs.
Wow.
They got my kids out of their beds with heavy machines, the big machines, not little
Rasha, how
machines.
many of them? How many of them came?
More than 25. They
Oh my
blocked the whole road.
God.
It was the SWAT team, it was marshals, it was local BD. They blocked the whole road
For you.
And
for me.
your charge was a non-violent, correct?
No, well, they got me first for a felony, a lot of felonies.
Yeah,
And
but
then there's
were
the
any of them violent felonies?
yes,
Okay.
overturning the government and being in a restricted area, and
Yeah, but not like assault on a police officer or anything like that, right?
not assault. No,
Okay,
but their
yeah. I mean,
charges was yeah, their charges
Wow.
was they're one of them that's trying to assassinate the vice president.
That was
They
one
yeah.
of your
charges
charge
all of us. Yeah, I'm overturning the government and killing fans with the tutu.
with a tutu and a bottle of water.
Yeah,
That
like
was my weapon, the water, bottle of water.
one of my trumped up charges was violent acts inside of a federal building. So I guess that
That's the
meant
same thing. Yeah.
I walked too fast or something in the building. I mean, I don't really know. But I mean, that's what they were doing. They're throwing shit against the wall because they knew that in the feds, most of it's going to stick. You know, I
At
mean,
that point, it was, and it sounds like they were coming up with charges just to get a hold of you guys.
well, that
Just to get a
obstruction
hold of us.
charge was a made up charge
Hmm.
that, you know, that eventually got turned over. But I mean, the reason why they were trying to plea deal everybody out to that obstruction charge is because it held 20 years.
And they got me. I shared a post about the 3% people. I did not know who's the 3%, but they shared a picture so beautiful of the flag, the way they draw it. So I shared that on my Facebook. That's a freaking felony, 20 years right there. I'm
How is
shocked.
that
So I
a
mean, like
felony?
the 3% thing is two different things, and what I mean by that is there is a group called the 3%ers,
Yes.
and then like me, I got 3% on my hand. I'm not part of that group. It means something also different, also patriotic. But you know, so there's the two difference.
Well, they label Brad Boys, 3%er, the Oath Keeper. Joe Biden labeled them as a domestic terrorist.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
So
know.
being entitled, being with them, I mean, I told them I shared a post. I love the picture that they made of the flag. That's 20 years by itself.
yeah.
I found out.
Entering violently to a restricted area, overturning the government, obstruction of a building, obstruction of a police officer, and I'm just like, we were looking more than 20 years in prison.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Like when these feds talk to you, like I'm sitting there talking to these feds, and I'm like questioning myself, like, damn, did I plan the whole thing? Because like that's how hard they're coming at you, you know, like, and it's just with all this bullshit.
Yeah,
But
and they don't
you
tell you
know,
what did you do. They don't tell you. I told him, what did I do? He goes, you know what you did. And the funny thing, they
yeah.
have social services with me to remove my kids out of the house.
Oh God.
And the hypocrisy, they got an ICE agent. They were gonna deport me. Of course, they're gonna prison me, charge me, then deport me. I told them I'm an American citizen. I'm a citizen. I'm not an illegal immigrant, neither a green card holder. I'm an
That
American citizen.
that's slightly
And then I just
racist.
say one word. Yeah, I just say one word. I'm one of you. And I call him the big boss, who even though he was a douchebag. He goes, what do you mean? I told him, you called me numerous times to translate for you. I
Wow.
translated for you. How I am a terrorist now? If you accept me to translate for you, then I mean my background is clear.
Well,
You have a
yeah.
trust in me. You have a trust in me to believe me.
So, what was the actual? So I know, no, I know we have talked, and you got picked up. How long did the FBI have you in custody before you took
24
the?
hours, but one of the lady, which is I found out, I have her picture. When I went to see back, I met other J6er. It's the same lady, FBI agent, that they took, and she well known of terrorizing family and kids. Her name Barbara something. I don't want to say her name wrong, but I have her picture. That lady, FBI agent, any J6er has a family. She was sent to the swap because she don't give a damn.
So do you think she's still part of the FBI now with Cash
No, I
Patel?
think she got fired. I didn't just find out, by the way, my prosecutor got fired.
That's truly amazing.
My prosecutor ducked it.
I'm looking now for him. I want to see, where are you? I mean,
well, don't do that. Just let it go. I mean, this you guys.
No.
Well, I mean, share your guys' story. Just don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at. So they took you, and then you said CPS took your kids?
I was lucky. My daughter, she just turned 18 years old.
So she was able to stay
literally just turned 18 years old.
Okay.
But when I went, I give them my phone. You know how they try to break down your phone? I told them, here's the passcode. Here's my phone. I have nothing to hide. I only have something in the phone. It's not child pornography. I have Hunter Biden laptop on my phone. I had Hunter Biden laptop on my phone with his pictures, okay? So those are not my pictures. That's the only pictures that you're going to see him weird in my phone, and you're going to see his face in those pictures. So they asked me, did you plan it? Who planned it? Nothing. I did not do nothing. My vote was never counted. I did not burn. I did not loot. I'm wearing a tutu. I didn't have a weapon.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how many weapons were out there, but I know, I mean, talking to Josh.
There's not even one weapon, they say. The FBI say no weapon.
Wow, and they still,
no
this blows my mind.
Yeah, no weapon were found.
That was just another one of the made up BS lies. Just like when Ashley got shot inside, because I was in there on the other side of the building, and you heard them on the police radios saying that one of us shot somebody. So
yeah, that's the first lie they say. We thought that's one of the Trump people shot a police officer.
Yeah.
Then we found out it was Ashley got shot. Then we found out about Rosanna. Then we found out about the other guy. So, and the problem is, no one, like for 40 years, no one want to hear us.
Yeah.
No one want to hear the story. Imagine if each one of us went up and spoke what we witnessed, what we saw. I mean, Joe Biden was not there. He built all his 40 years on January 6th.
Wow.
Hey, so I got to ask you, Rasha, because I got to get off here in a few minutes. So you got We the People on your arm, right?
I
was just going to ask about the tattoos.
Yeah. When did you get the tattoos? You got them after, or?
No. Well, the judge, of course, for 3 months, we asked him for evidence. Release the evidence. There is no evidence. What do you have against me? Only my Facebook post. Okay, what else? Did you have any actual footage of me hitting a police officer like you're claiming, or obstructing a building, or forced entry? Nothing. Then the prosecutor played the game that you posted in 2020. Now, the 2020, Donald J. Trump was the president. So I'm not overturning the government. He's the president. I did say that when the law become a tyrant, resistance had to be. And if the governments become a tyrant, we the people have the power to remove them. And
it's right in the Constitution.
Yeah, we the people tell the government what to do. So he was saying, you say we the people, and 1776. Well, the judge and the prosecutor said that's a terrorist war. That's incite violence. Even though it's a prosecutor, it's a constitution. So I told the prosecutor, when I got my citizenship, I have to learn about 1776. So I did the first tattoo, We the People, while I was in trial. And then I put inside 1776 on my right arm. So every time I got sworn in, the prosecutor, the judge, and everyone could see it.
Nice.
So they tried to flip the charges on forget the tutu, that's what I was sentenced based on. Like my judge said, I'm not sentenced her based on January 6th because she entered the Capitol wearing a tutu through an open door. She took a picture. That's in the sentencing.
Do you still own the tutu?
Well, the FBI loved it so much, so they kept it. So I went and got another one. They could have it. I don't want them. They kept the tutu and everything. They
probably would bug it.
That's crazy. So in all of this, they took you for 24 hours, and I know Josh has something to do, and he's gonna have to get going. But I still got questions I want to ask. In the 20, you said they had you for 24 hours. Was that the whole? Did they question you that whole 24 hours?
They questioned me. There's some of them I could look. I think I did say to you. There's some of them they felt bad. They're looking at me like I'm just a normal mom. I just went to question my vote. I don't have no background, criminal, nothing at all. Some of them felt so bad because the marshal were ready to take me to throw me in jail. And one of the FBI agents, he goes, "Don't worry, we're not gonna let it happen." One or two of them. I don't know their name, but they were bad, and there's some of them are good. Don't worry, we're not gonna let it happen. You don't have, I mean, you don't have a history of violence in you. And okay, the question, who did you go with? The same thing, nothing. Here's my picture. I went. I did not witness nothing. I was outside. I seen the police hitting people. It's the same thing. Like, do you think if I'm doing something wrong, I'm gonna share it on Facebook? No, I hide it. Then you're never gonna find me.
Well, yeah.
Hey, Rash,
Mm,
I love you. I gotta
I
go.
love you too. Bye.
All right, Grizz. I'll talk to you later, brother.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. So what was the for these people? I mean, we got quite a bit of people watching right now. What was it like in the questioning what was it like them questioning you?
Look, it was a complete shock. I was still under the shock. Like, I never got arrested in my whole life. I don't know. I never broke any law. It was scary, and the words they were using, it's like a government. I'm overturning the government, like I'm a terrorist. And in my head, in my country, if you're a terrorist, they will freaking hunt you down. They will hang you in public. They were not listening to you. So the charges were super heavy. That day, like, I did faint it twice, and I was scared what's gonna happen to my kids. And you know, they know my weakness, my kids. So throughout my case, they were playing with the kids thing. Can you just give me 1 second? I'm sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, you're okay. She must have got a text. No, this whole thing, you guys. The fact that these people are willing to share their sides of the story it's eye-opening, because I mean you're fed so much for so long. Granted, I didn't believe it, and I know a lot of people didn't believe what we were being told on the media and everything, but you can't help but have that in your head. So it's just amazing to get the other side of the story, which leads me into how, once they picked you up, how did they treat you?
I mean, the first hour, it was brutal. Like, imagine you're a mom, they handcuff you, your kids screaming, crying, and they have guns next to them. And you can't go hug the kids. You can't do anything. They flipped the house upside down. I did say I fainted, and they were trying to get me something to drink, and they were joking. Oh, I think she don't give her kids sugar because they could not find sugar in my home. I don't eat sugar at all. Yeah. They could not find the sugar. And then I don't know from where they got orange juice. They got me orange juice. But then I say I did not do nothing. This is the picture. This is my phone. I went this, I went this, I went this. Then they grabbed me, took me. Well, first they say they let me get dressed. And by the way, I was wearing the QAnon shirt, which is then later I found out that's another 10 years.
For wearing a shirt?
They did not get me for it, but they got other people for believing this. That's a conspiracy theory. It's a criminal, and it's take 10 years, according to Joe Biden.
Well, the good thing is we ain't conspiracy theorists, because all this shit is coming true.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's coming out.
Everything that we know is coming out. So they did ask me about the QAnon. They did ask me. And I told them nothing. Who do you think the QAnon? There's no one. We're just the people that we fight pedophilia. Like, what? Why bad? That's why I have Hunter Biden pictures with the kids.
Wow,
So
really?
I have that. Remember when the election, the Chinese people dropped the link of Hunter Biden laptop?
Yes.
And I downloaded it to my phone. So I saw all the pictures.
You stole the picture?
I downloaded all the pictures, all the money that he was taking, him smoking crack, him with little kids. It's disgusting.
So real quick, for those of you who are listening on Patriot Radio, for some reason I was just told that you guys cannot hear Rasha. The only thing I can say on that is because we can hear on every other platform. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that, but you can find the podcast on Rumble, on Voice of the People USA Radio, on X, on the same Voice of People USA Radio, Twitch, YouTube, my YouTube channel, which is Big Grizz Veterans for Veterans, and all the Facebook channels and all the other social media. If you guys want to get on and find this, I am extremely sorry for anybody on Patriot Radio that can't hear her. That the sound's been great. It's everywhere. So I don't know. It's just that one thing. I'm not 100% sure. So I just want to say that.
So the arrest, it was nothing the bad thing, the arrest. It's after the arrest.
Okay, so after the arrest, when they're questioning you, that's when you said it got bad?
I did not know what was waiting for me. I did not know that all the media will be spreading my pictures. I did not know that I'm having crazy people knocking in my door. I'm a victim of crime, and I have a judge order for address protection. I lived under that protection address for 3 years. And the FBI, that's what was worried. I told them my address didn't need to be protected. I don't want to be killed, and I don't want my kids to be gone, and I don't want to be killed.
So you were in
address protection.
Address protection, so witness protection, more or less.
It's not witness protection, no. It's for anyone, if he's a victim, he or she a victim of crime, especially with the domestic violence. So the government, I don't know if the other states have it. I know in New Jersey. So every mail, it comes to your house, even your driver license, everything. You're allowed with that card that I have to put the BO box number. It has your number. So they forward the mail. They forward the mail for you. But they released my address.
So you were in government protection or police protection for something that had happened in your past, I'm assuming with your ex. Mm-hmm. And they released where you were at for him to know?
They released the address completely. My complete address was from day one, where I live, where I work, what I do.
Wow.
Yep. And they called them the people that care about the woman. Yeah, okay.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, I know we had talked about that, but I didn't think it was to that extent. I didn't understand at that time, but I mean, I understand now. That's crazy for you to be in address protection, or basically just protection so people can't find you, for them to turn around and release that.
They released the address.
That's just wrong. I mean, I think that's wrong. I don't know how they could do that.
I mean, who's gonna stop them? If the government, the DOJ, the FBI give them a green light to do whatever you want, even if it can get you to kill them, do it. You have a green light. You have the whole stage for you to do anything you want. None of them were avoiding the law. No one of them were following the law. The amount of stuff that they broke down the law and they took our rights away from us, they were not following the United States of America law. They were following the Democrat law, which is it's unconstitutional. Everything was unconstitutional. If you're in a trial, you don't get your evidence. How are you gonna trial me? How do you want me to speak up? Show me the evidence.
Yeah, you got to be able to defend yourself.
I broke down the Capitol. Show me, what is the video that I'm breaking down the Capitol?
Yeah, no, you have to be able to defend yourself. That's in anything, and in all, everybody watching. I mean, that's in any legal case, as far as I understand, that both sides got to present evidence, and you got to be able to defend yourself. You can't.
But not to J6, because there is nothing, like, I never needed the justice system. I never got in trouble, but I always believed in this country, you are innocent till you're proven guilty.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Guilty. We were guilty from day one. So the lawyer, the judge, the media, the prosecutor, even a lot of our lawyers, they sold us. So they were making all deals between each other.
Wow,
Majority of our lawyers got
I'm
sold.
so mind boggled.
They
It's
broke
just
every freaking human right. And they say that, I mean, they treat the people in Gitmo, the terrorists who bombed the country, better than they treat us, the J6er. The amount of human right violation they did, I mean, American people, when they see the real footage of the patriot that got beat up inside jail, there's one of them, he lost right eyes, he can't see. The amount of abuse they got, this country will be shocked.
do
And
you think those videos will ever come out?
there's some of them, we'll start releasing them.
You think they'll get released?
Well, the J6 are releasing those videos. They are releasing the pictures of what happened inside the Gulag. We call it the Gulag. DC was one of the worst Gulag. Was one of the worst prisons, and all of them were in pre-trial.
So
Legit, they were in pre-trial.
were you in jail at all?
No.
Okay, so
but they
can
were
you
playing this card on me.
So how did it go from them questioning you and having charges to not going to prison?
I don't know if me being who I am that I translated for them, or my kids, 3 kids. I don't know, or God sent his angel that day on that judge. And also, you have zero criminal history, not even violation. But they took my passport. I'm not allowed to leave New Jersey. I'm not allowed to enter any federal building, neither a PO box, nothing at all. So I was in probation from day one, before I get sentenced.
Wow. So I think you had told me that you took a plea deal.
I got forced to take a plea deal.
You got forced to take a plea deal.
Mm-hmm.
What was the plea deal?
Well, first, they forced me to take medication because I was in one dark spot in my life. Like in my head, I failed my kids. I lost my job. I could not stay at home. I slept in a car with 3 kids. The amount of mental abuse they play on you, every word, even now I requested the recording of the FBI agent, how many times they say, what's going to happen to your kids? It's multiple times, the mental torture. They know my weakness, my kids. They know they could break me down with my kids. They know I could kill myself if I'm going to lose my kids. They know that.
Yeah.
So I had severe breakdown, nervous breakdown, depression, PTSD. So I was heavily medicated. And the lawyer, if you think I should trust my lawyer, your only option is to take a plea deal. You're not going to go win in a trial, which is all of us, we know. None of us will win in a trial. But I told her, does that mean I'm not going to go to jail? She said, I don't think so. They're going to put you in prison. So they played that mental game, that take the plea deal, boundary and demonstration. So it's a misdemeanor. So you destroy my life for drop it down to misdemeanor, because again, there was no evidence they have of me doing any act of violence. There's nothing at all, nothing.
Wow.
So then I found out about the J6er group. It's a prayer group. And I told them, I did the plea deal. I don't know what I'm going to do. They told me, you have the right to withdraw it. So I reached out to the lawyer, and she emailed the prosecutor. She wants to withdraw her plea. Because the question they ask you, are you in any, did anyone force you? Are you in any substance? Well, you know what medication you put in my body. So obviously my brain is not working. My brain is not thinking. It was numb. So the prosecutor response was, I will send the SWAT right now to her house and put her in prison till the trial day.
Wow.
That was the response. So I went with the plea deal. You know, when they do the pre-sentencing reports and all of that, the court sends you somebody, see your past, your history, and all of that. Then the prosecutor, knowing my history, he said to the judge, I want 30 to 60 days in prison.
Okay.
And that's it, I lost it. Like me taking a plea deal till now, it hurt me because I
Mhm.
know I'm not guilty. I know I did not enter boundary and demonstration in the restricted area. It was not restricted. We have a permit. It's the people house. Um, and then we requested that the court to be like to another day because I broke down. Like hearing, I'm gonna go after all of that 60 days. That's it. My kid's gonna go to the state. Where they
Yeah.
gonna go? Um, then that's when the judge say, well, I don't think sending her to prison is good for the kids. I mean, and a lot of newspaper were mad at my judge because he said, well, she entered the Capitol wearing a tutu. She went through open door. She took a picture and left. So I'm not going to send her to prison for that. But I did not like her saying 1776 and with the people. That was a terrorist word. So that's when the judge said that it's going to be 60 days house arrest. And imagine with house arrest for three kids, you're not allowed to leave the house.
Yeah, that's something
3 years
else.
probation, and 60 hours community service, and they have to pay fine, and they have to pay money for the ankle monitor. Yeah.
So that would ended up being what it was. You had what 30 to 60 days on
Yes,
house
but
arrest.
I submit appeal the day after the sentencing right away. My appeal is still sitting in court
Are you
because
shitting
for
me?
any offense, yeah, because
Well, you've
any
been
offense
pardoned now, so it ain't gonna mean
doesn't
too.
matter. I'm gonna go fight it.
Well, good for you. I mean that's an amazing thing. I'm super happy for you on that one, but that's just weird. The whole situation's weird. It just blows my mind.
Look, the judges, the lawyers, they forgot the oath. So they forgot the book that they studied. They
Yeah.
forgot what this country. I mean, they created January 6th to give the people example. What we're gonna do? What are we capable of doing? If you question what happened 2020,
Yeah.
that's why if you notice there was no riot. The MAGA did not go burn the country down
No.
after certifying the election. No one did anything. We were quiet.
Yeah. Oh no. Everybody was. Everybody was kind of. I mean, everybody knew. Right. I'm not gonna say everybody. We all knew, conservative wise, or we the people wise. We all knew the election was stolen. That Biden was certified as president. I'm not. I will never. You will never hear me say he won. He was just certified. That's
They
all
stole.
it
He
is.
was installed. He was installed as a president. They
Yeah.
installed him.
Yep. Yeah. That's the crazy thing. Um. How has so since all of that happened? How, let's just say from the day you were back with your kids, how has it affected your life to now?
Well, imagine you could not get a job. They freeze your bank account. They label your credit cards. We could not. I mean, how is it a phone? I mean, I needed a phone, obviously, but I could not get. When you go to any phone company, I want to get a phone credit.
Yeah.
No one was accepting us because they label us. They just freeze bank account, through on your credit. I found out that I was in a terrorist watch list, so any cop pulled me over, it triggered that I'm a terrorist. Um, I could not get a house for rent. I wanted to move from that area so bad. I pulled my kids out of school. They were getting bullied, and the police were not protecting.
Okay.
Um, it took me. I had to move to where I am now to live in a house that I would never let my own dogs live in it. But I did not have a choice. I fix it in my own hand.
So you had said that you had fought and dealt with depression and everything else. Did that continue? Has
Yes,
that continued? I
yes.
mean, I can't.
I still get, and I know I texted you one day. That was my broken point. I heard something. I still get, um, it's a weird feeling. You get blackout on your eyes. You can't see, you can't feel, you cannot do nothing. You just either you get in a car, play the music, and try to not get in the road with the car. Because if anyone know what PTSD is, You don't know what you're gonna do. You
I've
don't
been there.
know. Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know. Um, you don't think of about nothing. All you think, okay, what I'm gonna do, it's the best for everyone.
Okay.
It's getting better, but like to now, if I see a police car behind me, the panic get me right away. I freeze. If I hear a knock on the door, my kids know not to knock a simple door knock because that will um it'll just let me remember what happened.
It'll trigger you. It'll bring your PTSD back.
It trigger me.
I know
And
exactly how that is.
yeah, and like
I'm
sometimes when they say we're terrorists and I want to talk and I can't talk and I can't do it, just it got, thank God, it got a lot better. But still not 100%.
so in what she's talking about. Last Friday was actually supposed to be our show with Rasha. I think it was Thursday. It was like 5 days after I had lost my dad. I had just called her and said, "Hey, look, I don't think I can do this Friday." Well, she was having a PTSD flashback and was supposed to be was going to CPAC, so it had to have been Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because you were leaving Thursday, and she was stuck. She couldn't go. And I just happened to call her in a very hard time that she was going through, and we got through it. And guess what? She went to CPAC with VOP.
Yep.
And she made it.
And
she got
I told
past
that message that you text me that your dad passed. It's like an angel.
Yeah.
Got me for me to take that thought out of my head. Like, look, somebody telling me his dad passed away. That's a message from God. Don't do. It's nothing close. It's there's a light. You're gonna see the light in the tunnel. So that was. I told you, your dad.
And we had that conversation. It was a good thing. I'm glad that had happened and that you were able to be there and you were able to get with Dan and Hollis and you were able to see and meet these people that you probably hadn't had the chance to meet, meet in person, I should say.
We never met each other.
So that's an amazing thing. And I don't know, it makes me smile knowing that.
That's my dog or your dog?
Those are mine.
Oh.
I had to yell at them. I think they're looking at a cat on the other side of the house. Huh?
Feedback. I mean, the way they got me the ticket, somebody donated the ticket for me. Somebody opened a house for us.
Oh, wow.
J6er. Like it's the first time I'm seeing them. I'm touching them. I know some of them from the chat, the prayer chat. We were praying every day. And by the way, my PO officer removed me from that chat. It was a prayer chat. We were praying every night. And at 9 o'clock, we were singing the national anthem. We did it for 4 years. And the people, the J6 are inside the gulag, they were at 9 o'clock singing the national anthem.
Oh, wow. Really?
It is. And there's one, the Trump campaign made a song. It's called J6. It's us singing the national anthem with Trump saying the Pledge of the Legion. A lot of people, they don't know that. So 9 o'clock on the dot, we always pray before it. And then we sing the national anthem from every house, from every state, from all over this country. My probation officer find out about it. I don't know how the hell. That's how the government know everything inside the phone. He came knock the door on me. Don't you dare be in that call. I told him it's a prayer call. They did not want me even to believe in God.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that was it would revoke my probation status. I could go to jail because I'm talking to other dependents on a chat. So when we went to CPAC, I mean, I relived the moment again going in the train because that's what I used January 2021.
Yeah.
But I got there. It's like we know each other. We hugged, we cried. We start chanting U.S.A. freedom. Um, I mean, the media treated us like we are superstars, and the liberals did not like it. The media, um, they give us every pass.
Oh
Everyone
wow.
was coming to us, hugging us. We so. I mean, we wear just a shirt, pardon, by Trump. Um, People were coming. We're so sorry. We were praying for you. You need to know that you have millions of people. That's why we voted for Trump. That because we saw the abuse that you got, guys. That's why we pushed everyone to vote. It was the best feeling. And the first night we did sing at 9 o'clock a national anthem, and the echo that came out where we are, it's beyond beautiful. Um, and then there's something in the national anthem. It says, "Where's the flag?" So we make it with sound, and it's the same sound we did it when we were on the phone. Then fight, 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 and you see everyone just singing the national anthem with us. The whole place every day, 9 o'clock when we were in Seaback. So it was like I cannot even describe it. The feeling, um, seeing them, hugging them, talking to them. And you know what people told us? Looking at you, no one would believe what happened to you guys for 40 years. You have that power inside you guys that you still believe. I told her, we know when Trump get in the office, we knew from day one he's gonna get justice for us. He's gonna pardon each one of us. We knew that, and he did it.
He sure did. Real fast too.
He did it.
That day of that night. I mean,
The
Josh was
day
telling
of,
me.
and I got an email from my lawyer, pop up in my phone, congratulations, you've been pardoned. I mean, I started screaming, I started crying, I started hugging my kids. I went down on my knees and I started praying because even though I know I'm innocent, but I want that justice. I wanted it, and he got us. And you know what the Democrat did? And I say it to you once, they unleash our power. Imagine how many mama bear it's in my spot. You poke the mama bear.
Oh yeah.
You
Mama
poke
bears
the
aren't
mama
fun
bear,
ones.
and guess what? I will not rest. I will not bend down till I get justice for my kids of what they went through, what you let them lose, what you let them live, what you let them suffer. I will not stop. And there's some people from the Republican there, they want me to run for the Congress. So a lot of us gonna be running for the Congress. We're
Oh,
gonna
you'd
take this
have
country back.
if I could vote, you'd have my vote. I
Listen,
mean,
we're gonna take this country back. We're gonna take this
oh,
country back.
it's happening. And it's happening fast.
Hmm.
But Mama Bear, this leads me to my next that I wanted to ask you. How has this whole situation affected your kids?
You know, I'm lucky that my kids all they want their mama. They only know me. I have no family. I have no one. Like even it's like the life switch. We were from a big house to barely a house standing. Um, they shared rooms. We slept in the cars multiple nights. There's times we did not have. I did not have money to buy what they want. But you know something? Even though they did not speak it, I felt it as a mom. That's why I kept going to the PTSD breakdown because I failed my kids. I took my kids the life that they deserve.
Wow.
My son, he still is not gonna change his mind. He's gonna be a police officer. He's 16. He wants to be a police officer and he wanna join the army. My oldest, she's the quiet one. That's what affects her the most. She's scared to be in public. My little one, Ginger, she don't care. She will wear the MAGA hat and she goes, "I love Daddy Trump." Um, but you know what doesn't kill you, make you stronger?
Yes.
And they built my kids, but me as a mom, I failed my kids. Even though it's not me, it's the system who failed them. Like they deserve to get what they have. Like they deserve to have when they ask something, they get it. They deserve to have not to say no, I can't afford this, no, I can't afford that. But thank God, like those kids, they understand
Well,
what is
they've
it.
been through hell seeing
They've
what has
been through
happened
hell.
to you.
Yeah, they were
And
scared
that's,
that I'm gonna be taken away,
yeah, that's a scary thing. And
and then they're gonna
that's
get separated. So it created more bond between the three of them and me, because they always say if they took us, we're not gonna be in the same house. They're gonna separate us. So imagine hearing this from kids.
yeah, it would tear me apart. I couldn't even imagine them talking to you about that, knowing all of this going on, because yeah, it would tear me apart. I mean, it would tear me down. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been put through hell with well, my daughter's here right now with her mom. And it took a long time for my daughter to say anything to me, and for me to feel that she was mature enough to tell her what had happened. And it's not just me telling her. There's multiple of my family members that had gone through the same thing, seeing what I had to go through for her to understand. That's the sad thing. I mean, kids are very resilient,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll bounce back. But something like this, you know, it's going to affect them somehow in the long run, whether or not it's them at school and being bullied, saying, "Oh, your mom was this or your mom was that." I
Yep,
mean, it's
they got it.
going to affect them.
And you know
And
what they did? They took my kids' insurance. I have a state insurance.
yeah,
Being a single mom, I have a state insurance. They
yeah,
took my kids' insurance away completely. They took my insurance away. But they want me to be in that medication. You made me be in that situation. I had the probation officer, and that son of a bitch, excuse my French. He knows if he show up without telling me, I'm gonna have that panic. I will literally go down. He had to call my therapist to get me back to where I am, because in my head he's coming in the house and he's gonna take me.
yeah.
And they were doing it purposely. He was
Oh,
doing
really?
it purposely, coming in without telling me I'm coming. And he said, "Well, I don't have to tell you," but my therapist told him, "If you breaking her down, she think you're gonna come and get her. Tell her, hey, I'm in my way." So instead of you knocking the door, that's it triggered her, and see you with your body arm, the vest and the gun, it's gonna bring her back to where is it? So you're not helping her.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I switched that probation officer. Then when I moved to this area, they got me a liberal probation officer that she saw Trump there, and she goes, "Don't tell me um, you still believe in him." And in my head, I did not know what to say, because shame on me if I say something, shame on me I don't. So I called the lawyer. I told her, "There's no way on earth she's gonna be my probation officer. If she say the bear and she flip out, I have a flag. I have a sign in my car saying fuck Joe Biden. What's she gonna do with it?"
Yeah, no,
So
that's. I'm so glad you guys are safe now. It
it
just.
feels so good. We're free. Like when we got the pardon, November, no, January 20th.
Mhm.
Since that day, no matter what life get into my way, in any way of J6er, we were so happy. We smiling, and you know what? How much they try to let us hate this country. How much they show us that this country could take your freedom. But you know what they could not break? That we love this country.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna do everything we can for this country. And as a resistance, we're gonna sing the national anthem for you so you could hear it from inside jails that we still American patriot.
It's amazing where you guys are at now with everything that's gone on with you guys, especially with Josh, talking to Josh, just seeing his progression. Because I reached out to him. I was told to reach out to him the day of the day he got pardoned at 11:30 Eastern time. I had already had it in my on my TikTok. You need to reach out to him. So within hours of him being pardoned, I was already talking to Josh.
And
So
me, I went on TikTok. We were not allowed to talk about the case. We were not allowed to show pictures. We were not allowed. I went on TikTok when I got the pardon, and I just went and spoke from my heart.
yeah, I seen the video.
And I went like everywhere. I just spoke a couple of words. I say what we've been through, and thank God for Trump, or the people that was inside the gulag were never gonna make it alive. if Kamala enters, I'm gonna be in prison. You think she's gonna get me out? She's gonna leave
No,
me out? Nope.
no.
She's gonna throw me in prison. She's gonna get my kids away. I mean, imagine getting a job. They'll stop a mom, single mom, from getting a job. I could not. The only company that I work with now, that's the only company that took me. So how are you gonna raise 3 kids? Yes, I cleaned house. I told you, I'm proud of it. I went cash and cleaned the house. I cleaned
Yep.
restaurants. I did it. I have 3 mouths to feed and 2 dogs. They're 5 kids. So, like, they try to break you, even though they break us, but somehow God, it was right behind us all the time, all the time.
Sure
Christmas,
was.
I don't know how I made Christmas. I think I went to the dollar store. I got them a couple of things at Christmas. Even though I don't know, like, I'm gonna be with them next Christmas, I'm gonna be with them next Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be with them this. No one know what was going on.
Yeah. Well,
No
now you
one.
know. Nothing's happening
Now I
now.
know I'm free. We had free. I mean, I went to the Capitol.
I know.
We entered the Capitol and CBAC when we went to CBAC.
Yeah.
They like that was like holy moly. Like we went to the Capitol. They want us to enter the Capitol, and we went to the Capitol and we sang the national anthem there. It's our home.
Yep.
It's the people home, and that's what American people need to know. You don't need permission to go to the Capitol. Those politicians, they work for us. We don't work for them.
Yeah.
And that's what scared them the most.
Oh, it does, and I can't wait. Take it how you take. Any of you watching, take it how you want. But I know in my heart that there's arrest coming, and we're gonna be shocked on who gets arrested, and I cannot
They're
wait
gonna.
to see it
We
happen.
even send an email that the probation officers need to be fired because they abused the power.
Well, they, in my opinion, everybody that was told to mess with you guys for this, in my opinion, should all be arrested. That's
Yes,
just
I
me.
found out about my prosecutor 2
Eye
days
for
ago.
an eye.
Yeah, 2 days ago, I found out that he's fired. I know some of the FBI agents got fired. Then we said we need the probation officer because they broke the law. They were playing mental games on us. I mean, if you hear the stories, you would never believe we live in the United States of America. You would never believe
The stuff that they said about you guys.
the stuff they said about us, the mental game they play, the way they talk to us. Imagine a judge call you a terrorist, and you're
You
not
know,
convicted.
I was gonna ask you about that, and I didn't know. I'd been thinking about asking you. Do you think you were labeled as a terrorist because of your heritage, or
No, because
because
of
they
MAGA.
labeled it because of mega? You think that's why that they did that? So it was all of mega that they said that about. They weren't.
They call us. The judge was calling us terrorists, insurrectionists, and a judge cannot say that. The judge cannot say to any defendants, call them name or label them name. We were labeled that way in a court of law.
Wow, those judges need to be
Well,
fired.
Judge Nicholas, hi honey, you're gonna get impeached, Judge Nicholas. I promise you that. I promise you that.
You think that you'll be able that
The
that
only
will,
way we could move the judges if they got impeached.
so do you think that will happen?
A lot of them, they did not remember the oath of the office, so they commit a treason.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what all of it is to me. Is I wouldn't be surprised if these judges or these prosecutors were paid off.
I'm sorry, the prosecutor got fired, the FBI agent got fired. Some of the jail people, the officer, they got fired. The judges either get impeached, or if we found the sheriff, because sheriff, they're the one that could deliver the highest people.
Okay.
For them to go arrest the judges. But like Judge Nicholas, he have 10 or 15 more than the J6er. He said the same exact thing to us. You are a terrorist. You're a judge. You cannot say that.
No, you can't. Not, as far as I know, you can't say that about anybody.
Nope.
You can't, because that whatever, if there's a jury or people watching or whatever, that's gonna put that thought in their head like, oh, these people are not okay.
And imagine a federal judge that's on his bench. There is 1776 on his bench telling me You kept saying in 2020 Facebook post, "We the people, 1776, you inciting violence. That's a terrorist act." How
That's
the
not
heck is a
violence. Check
terrorist
it out.
act?
The day America became America was, well, our Independence Day was
1776.
January 4th, 1776. We celebrate the holiday every freaking year. And guess what? This year will be 250 years of America being American. And on that, I don't know if you watched Trump's show or Trump's press conference a couple days ago talking about how all this money to Social Security is going to people. There was one dude who's supposedly 336 years
Yes.
old that is getting funding. He's older than the country. So how is that? I mean, how can he have Social Security? Because Social Security wasn't around right away.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys. I mean, where Doge is going, and they're exploiting all of this. It's going to be phenomenal. Yeah, I think it's going to be hard on everybody for a little bit. I do. I think it's going to get harder funding rise and getting stuff before it gets easier. But the fact that all this stuff is coming out, the billions of money of cash that is being found, and to the BS reasons that they're going to other countries. First off, I don't know. I don't care what anybody says. I do not think any of our money should go to any other country.
Well, did you hear that Obama was getting $2.5 million
from Ukraine,
from the U.S.A. He was getting that money.
Yeah. Well, and all the kickbacks that came back to Obama and Pelosi and Schumer and Harris, and
I think Pelosi gone. You don't see her anymore. I think she's in.
You sure don't. She might be. There's been a lot of, call it deja vu or whatever, but legit a year ago, I asked somebody, I was like, "Where's Pelosi?" She's like vanished, and she was running her mouth over everything. The last thing I seen her running her mouth on was that Maxine Waters, and I haven't seen her in the last 2 weeks either.
I mean,
or AOC or Ilhan Omar when she finally got kicked out of the foreign things because she's giving all the information to Somalia and this other stuff, the country she's from. Why would you even have her in Congress, for one? Yeah. And then the truth finally came out. Well, let's see. Let me rephrase that. I don't know the truth. What I've seen is the truth has come out about Obama's birth certificate.
Well, that we know it from 40 years. Hello. We've
known it. No, we've known it, but I don't want to say something that I don't have actual factual evidence to say is the truth. Now, what I have heard
it was illegitimate.
That it was illegitimate, and he is not from the United States, and he should never have been voted in as president.
Nope. And they call us crazy.
And we've known that for a very long time.
I know
a lot of people have been talking about that for a long time. And now it's coming, it's resurfacing again. And if you notice, like all of Biden's presidency and really all of Trump's first presidency, you did not hear really about Obama. It was the beginning of Trump's first presidency. You heard a lot about the birth certificate, and it was very quiet for 8 years. And now all of a sudden it's rearing back up.
I'm telling you, I feel bad for the people that when they know what we know, they're going to be in shock because they lived a lie all those years. Like the people that they're alive, they're dead. The people that they were dead, they're alive. And it's happening so fast. Like, I'm not shocked with everything he did. Like, I know Epstein Island's going to get leaked. I have the name of Epstein Island since 2016 when I went deep the rabbit hole. I know the names. I've seen the videos.
Me too. I have had, let's see, I'm not going to say I've seen the classified or what was classified.
Not the classified, but the list who was on
But
it.
I've seen a list, yes. And there's a lot of names on there that I didn't go through and read the whole thing.
One of them, Justice Robert. That's how you know Justice Robert was always signing against Trump. Because Democrats have dirt on everyone. So Justice Robert, he was on the island, Justice Robert. There's a picture of him. Justice Robert.
Oh, Justice
Supreme
Robert.
Court
Okay.
Justice Robert.
He's a Democrat, right? Or did he get elected? But he got elected, put in there by Trump, didn't he?
Yep.
So I mean, it's not even that. I mean, I've seen movie stars' names on there,
Movie stars, yep.
and it's people are already putting it on
Hillary
TikTok.
Clinton, John
I
Legend, Robert, everyone who hate Trump, they were on that. They were on that island.
Oh yeah, De Niro, Hanks. I mean,
Tom
all of
Hanks.
those guys are on that list, and I have had this weird feeling that the first arrest, I think it's going to be Hanks, and that's what's going to shock
No.
everybody. That's what I think.
They say the first arrest will shock the world. Maybe Obama.
So you're saying, see, this is where I'm going, where the first arrest will shock the world because Tom Hanks, so many people love his movies, and that's a big name that I think would shock a lot of people if that comes out like that.
Tom Hanks and Oprah Winfrey, Ellen, Robert De Niro,
so many
big names, but it always say the first arrest will shock the world. I know Mike Pence was on it also.
He was.
Mike Pence was on it.
You know, and I've heard people, and supposedly people are saying Trump's name was on there. Well, if you look into the history, Trump has never liked
him out
Epstein.
of his golf course when he knew what he was doing.
He never liked him, but he gave him the time of the day because, you know, he had money and this and that to begin with. But once Trump started seeing stuff, didn't want nothing to do with it. Same with, I believe, Kanye West was on the same part of that as well.
Remember when what's his name?
I believe.
Oh my God! Trump just made him to be in charge of Hollywood. What's his name?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. When a couple of years ago he went into the rant saying that the elite eating the people, the kids, the babies.
Yeah, I remember when all that started too.
And they made him be in a mental, that he had a breakdown. He was saying the truth. Same like. You said his name. What's his name?
Mel Gibson?
No. I'm so sorry. My brain. Kim Kardashian ex-husband.
Oh, Kanye West.
He knows. They call him crazy. So there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people got killed trying to spread the truth. Kobe Bryant. He was about to release it, and boom, his helicopter went down.
Yeah, he wasn't the only. He wasn't the only one that Chad Pennington with Linkin Park and why can't I think of his name?
The one for
but he was Stone Temple Pilots lead singer. Chris Cornell. Yep. They were both doing the same thing, and then all of a sudden they were magically hanged off a doorknob, sitting on the ground. I mean, come on. I mean, at least if you guys are gonna try and stage something, make it look real.
And last year when they released The Sound of Freedom, the movie,
that was a good movie.
I was not allowed to watch it. Now
that was eye-opening on stuff. It was eye-opening.
Now I'm trying to find it because I was not allowed to watch it.
There's stuff in that people on the border were paid to drive kids from the border in vans and just drop them off and not ask questions.
How many kids Joe Biden administration lost? Don't tell me they got lost. It was all it's all about the kids.
It wasn't. They weren't lost. No, they definitely weren't lost. They were definitely put somewhere, or there's so much. We want to dive into conspiracy theories and all that. There's so much.
It's no longer conspiracy theories. How many times we say there's kids missing, and boom, how many kids got missing?
Years.
A lot. And that's what got me to Trump. I'm a big. I don't know if I told you why I'm so big in human trafficking. It's personal. I was a big advocate for human trafficking, kids trafficking. So that's how I went deep the rabbit hole. And he's the only president say, I'm going to give that much millions to fight human trafficking. That's how I've become a Trump supporter. Because he was the only one that say he's going to create administration to fight human trafficking and kids trafficking. So yes, I went deep the rabbit hole. I've seen videos, I've seen pictures. Sometimes I regret watching it because it's still inside my brain, those pictures.
Oh yeah.
And like from Disney to big names, like it was in our faces. They throw it in our faces all the time.
Oh, very much so, and it's all over the place. And then you get one guy that starts putting dots together and starts seeing this. It's crazy. Same with Pizzagate and all that. I mean, the truth has come out
Pizzagate is
about that.
legit. Frazzle Drip, Pizzagate, um, Frazzle Drip. I will send you the picture privately. You will see what happened to that 15 years old. What Hillary Clinton and Omar Abdin did to her and Wiener laptop.
Yeah, no,
I've seen it all.
I've seen some pretty not okay videos that definitely went along with the whole conspiracy theory side of it, and showing that, you know, there is truth out there. And you can't, at that point, you can't say it was AI, because AI didn't come out till
No.
last year.
You see them. Wiener freaking laptop. How many NYPD police officers killed themselves after watching that laptop?
I don't know how many, but I know I heard there was some that had gone through that laptop.
That the pictures on Wiener's laptop. Wiener is Huma Abdin. Huma Abdin is for Hillary Clinton. Okay? The amount of stuff that bitch Hillary Clinton did to those kids. Lady Gaga, by the way, I'm not suicidal, okay? If I wake up dead, I'm not suicidal.
No, that's good. Same here.
I'm not suicidal, okay? I'm not. It's all about the kids. It's all about all this. It's God, good, bad, bad. And people, when they wake up, we save the kids by closing the border. All the video that I've seen of people getting deported, they are gang members with tattoos in their body, and they are a military age people. They're not a woman. There is no kids. I don't see nothing, kids or women or whatever. So why I'm gonna pick somebody that's gonna rape my child? And the pictures that I was seeing, that we were not allowed to comment any social media for 4 years. But the videos, the stuff that I saw from the border of the missing bracelet, the underwears of kids, it's so disgusting what Joe Biden did to those kids. Screw the adult. They're adults. You don't touch kids. You don't harm kids.
I'm right there with you.
I mean, the man, he took a shower with his daughter, Ashley Biden diary. Did you read it?
I heard that too. I don't know how the truth behind any of that. That's why I don't talk about it, because I just don't know. I don't know enough.
Kids on national TV. He was sniffing kids.
Yeah, no, I know.
He was sniffing kids, that sucker.
I know, but everybody, he's just being nice to him. No, that's just weird.
No, you sniffed them.
I got 8 kids, and I don't sniff none of them. I don't want to smell them. They freaking stink. I mean, kids don't smell the greatest all the time. I'm not going to walk around and just sniff kids.
No, he was sniffing kids. He was legitimately sniffing kids.
Yeah, and that's on TV. That's not us making that up. You can find that. That video was on TV.
He's sniffing kids. He's sniffing kids. He's sniffing women. And look at me. I'm the ideal image of Democrat. I'm an immigrant. I'm a woman, right? I'm not white. They call me white supremacist. Dude, I'm not white. Okay, I will say I have an accent, but the only thing I did not wear BLM, I wore the MAGA.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Imagine if Trump, I want the people to know, we're not fighting only for Republicans. It's American all in one.
Yep.
Whether you're a Democrat, whether you are a Republican, whether you are a Green, whatever you are, what happened to J6, the abuse of power, should never happen to any American. So if each one of us run for the Congress, we all the same message: prison reform and justice reform, because justice system should not, any of the federal branches have the power over the justice system.
No.
Justice system,
no.
They need to follow Constitution and the law of this country, which is, it did not happen. I don't know how those judges, like Judge Nicholas, I pray to God that you have nightmares of me and my kids crying, because you destroyed my life, you destroyed kids' life, even though probably mentally your conscience was against it, but you were scared. You were scared. So we're gonna remind them.
Sorry, my brother-in-law just showed up and the dogs were barking. So I have the door
So
open.
we're gonna remind
Surprisingly,
them
it's
that,
warm out today.
Oh wait, that's, I don't know how I'm gonna put. You see this time?
I do. What is that? A watch?
That's when the FBI said I was inside the Capitol, 1:50 p.m. Meanwhile, my pictures till 2:30 p.m. I'm in the bottom of the Capitol, so I did that time.
Oh wow!
By the way, this is a veteran from North Jersey. He's a disabled veteran. He did all this for free for me.
I just got to say, I love the Gulf of America shirt, and I'm gonna get one. I love it. It's
and
amazing.
By the way, all the J6er, we're gonna have one tattoo. We're still drawing it. What it's gonna be? Because look, we create a movement. MAGA, the whole MAGA, it's a movement. It's an international,
it's a big movement, yeah,
worldwide movement. It's not only in this country. It's not.
No, it's really not. It's like watching him talk to the Prime Minister of UK the other day. It's all over there in Europe, and it's not. It's changing, and it's not just in this country because of Trump. I mean, we're in a very historic moment right now with what Trump's doing, because I think a lot of everything in the world's going to change on how people think and say. So,
yep, at least we know there's no more war. It's gonna happen.
On that, hey Rasha, I want to give you a little bit to just say whatever you got to say, but I'm at my time limit and I need to get going. I got stuff going on. So
nothing. Just thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus, first and all. Thank you, Donald J. Trump, for giving us my freedom, for giving us our rights. And America, don't step down. Don't back down. Don't be scared to fight for your God-given right. And this is coming from an immigrant. I was not born in this country. Keep fighting the good fight. Have God inside your heart. Wave that American flag high. Sing the national anthem with pride. Don't be scared. Don't let no one take you down. I only kneel for God, and I will stand for the flag, and I will never disrespect the American flag, neither raise any flag other than this country. God bless you all, guys.
I love you. Thank you. I love it. And I love you very much. And Josh and all of you guys for giving us the opportunity to hear your side of the story. It means so much to a lot of people knowing that there's more than just the news talking about you guys.
And I appreciate you to have that platform. Finally, somebody hears our story from our mouth, not from the media.
Exactly.
So we appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Talk to your fellow J6ers and let them know. You guys, I will put you on my show if you're willing to talk and to tell your side of the story. I want all of you guys on there.
Christmas, waking up, there's multiple directions. Like, if you see our chat, you will laugh. So now we don't believe that we are free. No one, like, are we dreaming? Hey, like when I went to DC, oh shit, should I call my probation officer? I'm going. Oh no, Rasha, you're free. You don't have to get permission.
Yeah.
So we still, like, there's still veterans. They went out. They're veterans. They're trying to get their benefit checks back. It's a lot of process stuff going with them.
It's amazing. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to get on here and talk. And you guys, until next week, we will see you again. And hopefully I have some other J6ers that were there that I'm still in the works of getting them on the show. But that's where I'm going with this right now, is we're going to keep going on this avenue with as many of you guys as I can possibly get on here to get your stories out, because Josh's story is different than yours and Dan's, but they're all the same in a way. And it's crazy. So thank you guys all for listening, and we will see you again next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, thank you everybody for tuning into the Big Grizz Show. We will be live on air with Voice of the People USA radio.com every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Times could change depending on guests, but I want to take a minute to personally thank every single one of you that have listened to my show. You guys are an amazing group of people, and you have helped me get to where I am now. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I thank God above all for the opportunity He has put in my lap. And I'm going to run with it, and I'm so happy to see you guys running with it with me. You guys are amazing, and God bless you all, and have a wonderful week, and we will see you next week. Have an amazing week, everybody.